You don't have to argue with them, baby. Every now and then say, you're too far back. Come a little closer so you can see what I'm working with over here. I have the Lord on my side. Come closer. Y'all still walking with me in here? I love it. I love it. I love it. Because when they recognize that this is Joseph, but it's not the old Joseph. Yeah, somebody say it's the new me. It's not the old Joseph. This is a new and improved a Joseph that has been through some things. A Joseph, who knows that what the Lord can do in his life. This is a Joseph who understands that God will do time if you got to do time. This is a Joseph, baby, that understands that he'll be a father when your family is nowhere around you. This is a Joseph who said that I'll stick closer to you than a brother. This is a Joseph now who understands who he is and what he can do. And so when they come closer, now they tripping because we don't know what's going to happen now. And don't fool yourself. When they notice that you are not what you used to be, the reason they looking at you all undied because they don't know if you're going to go off on them or not. And let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Joseph is in control of this situation. He can do what he wants to do in this situation. Not only did he hang on to his self-identity, but in this issue of leaning forward, Joseph was also more interested in reconciliation than he was in revenge. I'm gonna bless somebody right here. Joseph was more interested in bringing the family back together than he was in exacting his revenge on his brothers. And can I tell you, dear heart, that you cannot win if you're going to keep passing licks the rest of your life. I wish I had one amen. Don't pretend like you were never a child. You hit them and they hit you, and you hit them and they hit you. And when the teacher or your mother's not looking, you sneak and you hit them again. Okay, can we tell the truth in here? And those kinds of situations, when mother, teacher, elder, whomever is in charge says stop, and you keep going because you determined you're going to get the last lick, huh? But when the one who is in charge has enough, everybody get their butt whipped. Are you with me in here? When the one who is in charge of you going tick for tack with the one you claim you hate, when he gets enough, everybody. Are y'all still walking with me in here? So Joseph says, remember, Joseph says, I'm more interested in bringing the family back together than I am in dividing the family more than it already is. Remember, this is a family now that has gone through. It is divided. Not only was daddy jacked up, but now the brothers have nerve enough to send a brother away. He's been exiled away from everything that is familiar. Can't you imagine them all these years looking undied at one another? All these years whispering in corners. I wonder what happened to him. All of these years staring at the ceiling at night, because we don't ever know if God is going to pay us back for what we did to our brother. All of these years, sisters and brothers, wondering when the shoe was going to fall because of what? Because of the dirt they conspired and completed together. Here it is now that Joseph says we have to come back together. Look at the brother. He says, listen, I don't want to pay you back. I don't want to pay you back for what you did to me. So what I'm going to do is let you off the hook. Let that roll around. Let it roll around, because that's not how we operate in this 21st century capitalist dog-eat-dog society in which we live. Joseph says, I could get you, but I'm going to let you I'm gonna let you off the hook. Are we still walking together? Yeah. Can I suggest to you, dear heart, that whomever and whatever you holding it against, so if you're ever going to move forward in your life, you have got to let that stuff go. I wish I had one or two witnesses in here. You have got to let that stuff go. Joseph says, I'm not holding it against you. So check what he tells them. Don't you hold it against yourself. So don't grieve. Don't grieve and don't be angry with yourself because you sold me into Egypt. In other words, stop being angry, stop beating yourself up, stop carrying that guilt around with you. If I'm not holding it against you, then don't you hold it against yourself. Everything is all right now. We cool. Everything is copacetic. Let's get on with it. I'm letting you off the hook. You let yourself off the hook. You want to bless God? I mean, is there anybody in here that wants to bless God besides putting your envelope in the... Can I tell you how you bless God? Go to the one that you had this thing with all this time and just say, listen, let's squash it. Let's get on with our life. I'm not holding against you. Whatever I did, I pray you don't hold it against me. Let's get on with our life. Don't let your hard heart fool you, baby, because the record is clear. You cannot receive forgiveness from God unless you forgive those who have hurt you. I wish I could tell you that's error, but that's word, baby. If your heart is hard, you will not enter into the presence of the Lord. I don't care how much money you put in the church. I don't care how many plates you serve. I don't care how many hospital visits you make. I don't care how many people you hug and make feel better. I don't even care how many people come to the Lord because of you. If your heart is hard, you will not enter into the presence of the Lord. So he says, let's let it go. Let it go. Because see, here's the thing. Joseph not only leaned toward reconciliation rather than revenge. Here it is. Joseph was able to lean forward because he recognized the hand of the Lord at work in his life. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, let me stop. Pause. This is a commercial. This is a commercial. If you're looking for me to spit and sweat and hoop and holler and run, it ain't happening this morning. I want you to get this. So Joseph never lost his self-identity with everything that he had gone through. Joseph leaned toward reconciliation rather than revenge. Joseph was able to keep going in his life because he recognized the hand of the Lord at work in his life. Check what's at work here, sisters and brothers. He said to them, you think you sent me into Egypt. I'm going to say that for you again. You think you sent me into Egypt, but when I look at it, okay, the elders would say, but when I look back over my life and I think things over, what I recognize is that God is the one who sent me into Egypt. And you tripping out and looking at me funny because why you wondering why in the world would God send this man of God into what looks like nothing but trouble? All the days of his life in Egypt were nothing but trouble. And you wondering why in the world would God send him into that? I'm glad you asked. Let's walk through the text and I will be up out of your way. Look at what the word says, sisters and brothers. Joseph said to his brothers, you thought you sent me into Egypt, but God is actually the one who sent me. Let's pause right there because that word sent has some meaning for us as we go on, as we lean forward in our lives. Joseph said, you thought you sent me, but God is the one who unleashed me on Egypt. I'm going to say that for you again. Yeah, it looks like Egypt has engulfed me, but the truth of the matter is God unleashed me on Egypt. Do you want to know why God keeps you at that job where it seems like everybody hates you? You can't find a moment of peace. Do you know why God is keeping you in that neighborhood that you would have moved out long time ago? Do you know why God is keeping you in this, with this circle of people around you that you can't trust? You got to watch everybody around you, watch everything. You say, it looks like they are overtaking you, when the fact of the matter is God has unleashed you on them. Check what's happening here. The more that happened to Joseph in Egypt, the more God showed up. So I think I can take you a step further, baby, that God not only unleashed Joseph on Egypt, but God released God on Egypt through Joseph. That's what I've been trying to tell you. A God that's at work in you with all of the hell around you. That's why they haven't taken you out yet, because God is releasing his love, and God is releasing his grace, and God is releasing his mercy, and God is releasing his favor all through you. That's why the people around you are blessed in spite of their low down dirty ways. It's because God has unleashed you on them. That's why they don't understand you, and they can't figure out how you keep showing up, how you stay holding there, how you keep your head up, how you keep your shoulders back, how you keep a smile on your face, how you keep on praising the Lord, how you keep on working like you do. It's because the God that is in you is unleashed on them. Are we still together in here?